Good morning and welcome to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for JMCSS, and this morning we're going to tell you all the exciting items about our LOOP program, that's Local Options and Opportunities. We'll be visiting with the advisor for the program and a number of students, yes, students, telling you what they like about LOOP. Local Options and Opportunities. Joining me right now is Nicholas Harris, District Support Advisor for Workforce Development with our school district. Elly Ruthledge is a student at Jackson Academic STEAM Academy. And Bryan Hart is a student at Liberty Technology High School. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having me, Chief Hammond.
First of all, Mr. Harris, let me start with you. What's it been like working or overseeing the Local Options and Opportunities program?
It's been a great opportunity to get a chance to watch these young adults go out and get real-world experience in the workforce and actually see what it is they really wants to do after graduating high school.
The Local Options and Opportunities program with the Jackson-Madison County School System is a unique work-based learning opportunity where students get out of the classroom. They do attend school for academic credit in a modified situation, but following that, they get out of the classroom to experience work-based learning at their industry placement for the remainder of the day. This experience takes place at the industry site. Again, students getting out of the classroom. Some of the work-based sites and our community partners that help us with this LOOP opportunity include Stanley Black & Decker, West Tennessee Healthcare, Jackson Energy Authority, and Jackson-Madison County Schools. Mr. Harris, this is the second or third year JMCSS has had the Grow Your Own initiative?
Yes, sir.
What's it been like for, in your view, for the district now to have not just interns, but these are student employees?
Okay, so with the Jackson-Madison County Grow Your Own LOOP 4.0 initiative, we want to give our opportunities to the students that's in Jackson-Madison County to go out and work in fields that they're interested in, and education is a high demanding career. So we hopefully want them to come back if they have a great experience in our LOOP 4.0 program and work for Jackson-Madison County School District.
Speaking of education, Elly Ruthledge, one of the students joining us this morning, is a student employee with the Jackson-Madison County School System.
Yes,
so, Elly, tell us which school you're employed with.
Thelma Barker Elementary School.
Thelma Barker Elementary School.
Yes,
so,
sir.
what do you do as a LOOP student at Thelma Barker?
I go around and I help students with IEPs or that are just low that need extra help in the classroom. I pull them out and I get that one-on-one interaction with them because some kids don't get that at home. So that one moment in the hallway, that time that you get with that student, it's very impactful, so impactful, and it helps them. It brightens their day up, and it helps them educationally, and it makes them open up in the classroom more. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Mr. Harris, before we go to Bryan, and Bryan was a football star at Liberty. We're not going to talk football this morning. We're going to talk LOOP. But before we go to Bryan, Mr. Harris, tell us the process. A student like Elly, does she let you know on her application she's interested in education or maintenance or Stanley Black & Decker or West Tennessee Healthcare? What is that? How do the students let you know where they want to be placed?
All right, so we have an actual recruiting phase. So our recruiting is coming up March 23rd through March 31st, where we go out and we visit all of the high schools. It's in Jackson-Madison County School System, and we host a recruiting session where we go out with the industry partners, and each industry partner talks about what they offer at their particular industry site. From there, we have an application window where we send out the links to all the guidance counselors, and the students have the option to apply for LOOP 1, 2, 3, or 4.0, which will be Stanley Black & Decker, which is advanced manufacturing, Renew Biomedical, Ingram Content Group, Jackson Energy Authority, West Tennessee Healthcare, and, of course, us, Jackson-Madison County.
That is exciting stuff because that means our LOOP partnership has grown. Many of those. Bryan Hart is a student at Liberty Tech. Yes, he's a football star, but right now, more interestingly, he's drawing a paycheck, getting paid, working for the Jackson-Madison County School System in the LOOP program. Bryan, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So tell me which Jackson-Madison County department you're employed with.
I'm in maintenance.
Tell us about that.
So maintenance is like you go to different schools. It depends what like department you're in, like HVAC, electrician, and plumbing, like all that. Then so the department I'm in, maintenance, we go to different schools. I'm in HVAC this week, so we go to like see like what's wrong with their air conditioning, heating, all that. Then we fix it for them. Yes, sir.
So what's it like studying under or learning under actual trained professionals who are in HVAC imparting this education to you? What's that like?
It's a lot to take in at first, but eventually you'll get it because like you never heard this stuff before. Like just seeing like stuff used every day and how it like breaks down and how you actually use it. It's a lot.
I guess it's more fun than taking in technology just simply from a book.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Elly and Ruthledge is a student at JASA. Did you know going in you wanted to be employed by the education team or department? Talk about that.
Yes, sir, I did. My mom used to work in the special needs classroom, the YES classroom at Thornbarker. So I've always had a special heart for kids, especially ones with Down syndrome, autism. They just hit my heart especially because I grew up with them. So, yes, sir, I have.
So, Bryan, for you, did you know you wanted to go into maintenance and HVAC, or I guess the session Mr. Harris talked about, did it open your eyes, or tell us about that process?
Yes, sir. So at first I was still debating if I want to go to college or I want to do like trade school. Then like I was like, do I want to do another 4 years of college? Do I want to like go ahead and like get my like bachelor's and all that within like 2 years? I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this route. Then I started diving deeper into it, and I was like, this is something I really want to do and like base my life off of.
We're visiting with students who are participating in our local Options and Opportunities program. This is a work-based learning opportunity where students get out of school and they earn experience and a paycheck with an industry partner. Many of our industry partners include Stanley Black & Decker, West Tennessee Healthcare, Jackson Energy Authority, Jackson Madison County Schools, and others. Mr. Harris, you're a parent. So in your view, why does the Loop opportunity make sense, or why is it something that parents in our community really need to take serious consideration for their kids?
For one, we want students coming out of high school to be either enlisted, employed, or enrolled. The Loop program gives kids the opportunity to go out and actually see what it is they want to do. It's a proactive approach that bridges the gap between high school students and high-demanding careers such as advanced manufacturing, education, and healthcare. So it gives them the opportunity to actually see what it is they really want to do.
What would you tell? So you're going to be targeting rising seniors here in March.
Yes, sir.
So then, Elly and Bryan, what are some things you tell the juniors getting ready to rise to the senior ranks as far as the Loop opportunities? What would you all tell them?
Do it. Do it. It's hard at first. I'm not going to lie. It's hard at first.
Okay.
But it's so rewarding. You get to be with kids all day. And the kids are our next generation. And what you have learned, you could pass on to them. Because like I said earlier, some of these kids don't get that love or affection at home. So a little hug, a little, how are you doing? Good morning. These kids can go a long way. But I would tell them to do it. Don't be scared. It's so worth it in the end.
I agree. It is hard at first, but like I would say do it because like yes, you get the real world experience, and then like you get to be with people, and you still get to like, how would I say it? You still get to experience high school. Like you don't take you away for high school, your friends. You still get to do that and all that. So I was like, do it.
This is For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson Madison County Schools. This morning, we're visiting with Nicholas Harris, District Support Advisor for Workforce Development. Also, JASA student Elly Ann Ruthledge and Liberty student Bryan Hart. These are two students in the Loop program. We're going to take a quick time out, and then when we get back, we're going to introduce you to 3 additional students participating in the Loop program to get their perspective on this exciting paid opportunity for Jackson Madison County students. This is For the District. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Education and opportunity, right at your fingertips. The JASA difference means more. Learn from home and connect in person.
Something you should probably know is that I take most of my classes through Union. Okay, actually, let's back up. Guten Tag, ich heiße Heidi. Hi, my name is Heidi.
Heidi is a prime example of what we do here at JASA. We want kids learning to extend beyond here.
Bonjour, je suis Heidi. Hi, I'm Heidi.
Once they leave the great JASA, they are prepared for what's coming next.
I learned these languages through JASA's dual enrollment program with Union University.
Most virtual schools are a very hands-off approach. However, here at JASA, we are here to support the child. What I would tell parents is to try it, come sit in on our classes, and know that they're able to be a part of their child's experience. If parents are able, they're able to sit, be with their child during the day, see what they're learning, be able to be involved in their education.
JASA is a K-12 virtual school with clubs, sports, and real-world experiences for everyone.
We do have opportunities for students to come in person to socialize. They're not just at home all the time. They can come up here and be as involved as they'd like to be with the many different extracurricular opportunities that we offer.
The JASA difference means more. It means that JASA opens its doors every single day for kids to have an opportunity to learn.
JASA has dual enrollment opportunities with Union, Jackson State Community College, and TCAT. Students here also have the opportunity to take over 22 AP classes. Students are also eligible to earn industry certifications, with the newest being a drone certification. After high school, I'm gonna major in linguistics at Cornell University on a full ride.
JASA is the hidden gem in West Tennessee. We're able to provide a true alternative setting for learning.
Welcome back and welcome to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information, and this morning I am visiting with students participating in our local Options and Opportunities program. Joining me are Amari Ingram of Northside, Astria Godwin of Northside, and Lyla Cox of Southside High School. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So you all are participating in the local Options and Opportunities program, where students are getting off campus, getting out of school to work and learn about different occupations and careers. And so, Lyla, let's start with you. You're a student at Southside, but through the Loop program, you're employed by Jackson Energy Authority. Tell us what this experience has been like.
Yes, sir. I've loved the Loop program. It's really given me multiple opportunities. It's got me out there. It's really helped with my communication and getting into the real world, kind of.
Fun fact, more than half of the employees at Jackson Energy Authority are graduates of the Jackson-Madison County school system.
Yes, sir.
That's true. So if you missed the first half of the conversation, we talked to Bryan Hart from Liberty, and he's working in the Loop program, but with the school system, he's in the maintenance department. Mm-hmm. So at JEA, you get to experience a couple of different departments. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I get to experience a lot at JEA. So JEA's Loop program, you go to each department for 2 weeks. I get to see the outside work and the inside work. It's been great. I've loved it. Everybody's been very welcoming and treated me very good.
Also joining us this morning are Amari Ingram and Astria Godwin. You are both cheerleaders.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm going to ask, right? Are we going to do a cheer? Maybe later. Astoria, you're participating in the Loop program and you're employed by West Tennessee Healthcare. Talk about the department you're in and what's that been like.
So far, it's been pretty good. I love it. I get to meet new people. It's a great opportunity because, I'm not a social person. But since I got the job, it's decent.
Okay. Has it made you open up as far as your people skills?
Absolutely. You got to greet people with kindness and stuff like that. Because, you want to bring joy to their day.
Amari Ingram of Northside, working with Stanley Black & Decker.
Yes,
which department do you work in at Stanley Black & Decker, and what has this experience been like for you?
I work in the office, which is where the HR people work, and It's an open eye because I really thought I was going to be on the floor with all the other people, all the other employees. But being with the HR people, it really brought to my attention that this is a real thing and it's not just them sitting in the computer all day. So it's like, I feel like I can do it, but I really thought I was going to be on the floor.
So have you, I guess you've had to develop new skills?
Yeah. Like Astria said, I'm not a talkative or that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
They made me talk. Like, it was like they asked me full-blown conversations, full-blown questions. It's like, it's a lot. Like, walking in, like, because I walk, like, throughout the plant. So it's like I'm walking and here an employee, they ask me a question. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's Miss Hannah. She's in the office. They asking me questions like I'm the real HR manager. So
because you work in HR at Stanley Black & Decker now.
So it's like, yeah.
So let me ask, and either of you pick this up, what is it like working in that context where they don't see you, quote unquote, as a student, but they see you as an employee because you are actually getting paid, which is pretty nice. So what's it like being able to be a professional, being an adult in a actual workplace setting? Does that boost your confidence? What does that do for you? What has this experience been like in that regard?
It definitely boosts my confidence because, like, you're in high school. Most people, they view you as a child, but, like, whenever you're at work, they treat you with respect. They think you're a regular employee just like them.
Because you are.
Yes. Like, you do the same things they do.
Yeah. So how do you think that might impact your future after high school? Do you feel like you'll be better prepared?
Absolutely.
Yeah. While I'm talking to you, Astria, what are your plans after high school?
I plan on going to Jackson State for 2 years, then transferring. But I want to major in business.
Entrepreneur? Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's good stuff. Lyla, working at JA.
Yes, sir.
What are your plans, and has your experience in the Loop program at JEA helped you kind of determine what your plans after high school might be?
Yes, sir. JA is a great place to work. I've had some family members work there. After high school, I would love to get a full-time job at JA, but if that doesn't work out, I would go to tech school or something like that and see what I can get into there.
Either of you, what would you tell the juniors at your school who will one day be seniors? They're not seniors yet, but they'll be able to participate in Loop next year. What advice would you give them?
I would definitely do it. It's a great opportunity. Definitely get you out there, help you with your kind of like what they said, communication skills, and just get your foot out there and figure out what you want to really do. Yeah. Give you some life experience.
Before we go to the commercial break, asking you a little bit about your schools. I know you participate in, is it FBLA or the business club?
Yes, sir.
At Northside High School?
Correct.
Well, what's that like? Because I think Miss Perry is a teacher out there.
Yes, sir.
What's that experience been like for you?
It's been eye-opening. Like, you go out in the community, help people. You also get community service hours, which you'll obviously need juniors coming up for seniors. Really, it's just a great opportunity to have.
So thinking about extracurricular activities, whether it's softball or cheerleading, giving some advice to students now, because this past week, many of our middle school students received their acceptance emails or letters letting them know what schools they got into for open enrollment and things of that nature. What advice do you have for students who are preparing to enter high school? And I say this because you all, being seniors now and employed at different industries, you have a different perspective on the world now. So what fresh perspective would you give to the rising freshman class?
It's a different environment. It's not like elementary, middle school. They gonna keep you on your toes. Like schoolwork is hard. This high school, so you're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to not sleep in class.
That was a phrase you used earlier. Yeah. Keep you on your toes. Yeah. This accountability dynamic, and so I think it's important because talking to you all, that accountability dynamic is something that you're being exposed to through Loop. And I guess if you learn it earlier in high school, you're even better off. You're listening to For the District, the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. This morning, we're visiting with students in the Local Options and Opportunities program. It is a unique work-based learning opportunity where students attend school, a modified school day for academic credit, but then they follow that up with a work-based experience at their industry placement for the remainder of the day. Now, again, this takes place off of the campus. So you think about Stanley Black & Decker, West Tennessee Healthcare, Jackson Energy Authority, and others, including Jackson-Madison County Schools, where we are growing our own. We'll have much more on this conversation. Loop, Local Options and Opportunities program in the Jackson-Madison County School System. After this timeout, you're listening to For the District. It is the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools.
I'm very proud of Hudson. He has done a tremendous job. I have really appreciated the partnership with all of the Jackson-Madison County school system. We knew we wanted to get him closer to getting through college and into vet school. I had heard of the importance of dual enrollment and how much it could help. Really, early college high, ECH, offers a lot more.
And he shaves 2 years off of my whole vet experience. So instead of graduating vet school 28, I can graduate vet school 26. Never wished I was anywhere else as far as schools go.
Welcome back to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. This morning, we're visiting with Nicholas Harris. He's the District Support Advisor for Workforce Development with Jackson-Madison County Schools, along with 2 students participating in the Local Options and Opportunities program. Well, Greg, what does that mean? That means these students are getting paid and working in actual professional settings and earning experience, valuable experience, professional experience, work-based learning experience right now. Bryan Hart, a student at Liberty Technology High School, and Elly and Ruthledge, a student at JASA, Jackson Academic STEAM Academy. Thanks again for joining me this morning. So there may be some parents who heard the first segment or the second segment, and they've heard from the students, and they think, well, I want to make sure that when my student's a senior, they get to participate in Loop. It sounds interesting. Talk about the process that's going to happen over the next couple of weeks in terms of families finding out about Loop and then also students finding out about the different industries they can participate with.
Yes, sir. March 23rd through March 31st, we'll start our Loop recruiting process where we go out to each high school, and we also host a virtual session with JASA with our industry partners. Our industry partners will go out to each school with myself and talk about what they have to offer at their prospective business. And from there, each student will receive information. They will go over and have 2 weeks to apply. So they would talk it over with their parents to see if this would be something they would be interested in. And from there, like I said, the students apply, and they're contacted by myself and the industry partner for interviews. Once the interviews are held, the industry partners give me their top selections, and we send out an offer letter, and we set up what we call an interview with the industry partners as well.
Mr. Harris, this sounds competitive.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely it is. And each industry pays different, and so we also tell the students, don't do it because of how much money they hear that each industry pays. Do it because they can see themselves either being successful doing it while they're in school and also making a career out of it post graduating high school and going off to college. So just don't do it for the money. Do it because you actually can see yourself and enjoy doing it.
Elly and Bryan, do you guys remember the recruiting process or the interview process for Loop?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
To hear Mr. Harris explain it, it sounds quite competitive.
Yes,
what was
sir.
that like for you all?
So mine was online, so I'm on online school. So it was very intimidating it being online. You think, oh my gosh, online, what? But it was very, very competitive, like you said, very competitive. But it was worth it, so worth it.
Bryan?
Well, I was like, it's very competitive because, like, there's multiple people going for the same spot you're going for.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, when you talk to them, you gotta make sure, like, you know what you want to do. Like you said, not for the money. It's something like actually you see yourself doing and enjoying. And I enjoy this a lot.
Mr. Harris, I want you to put into words what they just explained. So Bryan just said there are other people competing for the role. That's real life.
Yes.
Mr. Harris, if you would, put into words about the value that these students are gaining from the Loop experience, from the interview portion to the employment portion, just this real world valuable experience.
So basically, to go back on what Mr. Hart said, say if he was applying for Jackson-Madison County School System and we only had 20 spots available, but you got 60 to 100 kids applying. So those soft skills come into place, professionalism comes into place, how well and do they carry themselves. Also, how well are they doing academically? Are they attending school? How are their academics for their grades looking? And most important thing, are they on track to graduate?
Mm-hmm. Good deal. So before we wrap up our conversation, I do want to ask you about your schools.
Yes,
JASA is essentially our homeschool model where students get to learn from home, but they get all the supports of the second largest school system in West Tennessee. What's JASA been like for you as you it's not May. You're not quite at the graduation line
Almost
yet, but I know you're being reflective this semester. What's it been like for you?
It's been very, very rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because at first, my freshman year, sophomore year, it was hard. Those are the two hardest years I had at JASA.
Mm-hmm.
I struggled. But the teachers were there, and they helped me back up. They got me back on track. And if I could tell anybody that's thinking about going to JASA, do it. It's literally such a good program. You learn so much, just not about yourself, honestly, because you have to have that self-motivation to get up every day and do the work or you get behind. But it's been very rewarding, and I just love the teachers there, especially Miss A-Day. She's been my rock throughout my years there. So, yes, sir, it's been very rewarding.
Now, Elly, we need to explain to folks that they're going to hear that you've been a student. You've been student teaching at Thelma Barker.
Yes,
they're going to
sir.
hear this, and they're going to think, well, in 3 years, we want to see Elly teaching in a classroom. But you have a little bit, your plan, your outlook's a little different.
Yes,
Tell us
sir.
about that.
I plan on being an OT. I went to one when I was little, and she made the biggest impact on my life. So OT is basically basic necessities that you need in life, but like brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, and stuff like that. So I want to be that for those kids in the district.
And you will still work in a education setting.
Yes, sir.
As an OT.
Yes, sir.
We will be proud to have you.
Thank you.
Bryan Hart is a star student from Liberty High School. Bryan, I met you back in late July, early August.
Yes, sir.
It was the football media day.
Yes, sir.
And then I learned you were coming from the private school context. You coming from private school to Liberty. I want to ask you, has there been anything about Liberty that you didn't know coming in that you know now and it's been impactful for you?
The thing that I learned is that like everything's not gonna be like this like cool like actually you don't see like real world stuff. Like you might see this and that and it's like stuff's not ever gonna be cool or go your way. So you gotta learn to like take it from other people's perspective.
Yeah. And you were telling me about the teachers at Liberty. Tell me about that.
So I have a couple favorite teachers, but the one that stood out to me the most when I first came was Miss Cliff, the English teacher. She was the one. She's close to my mom, and she's like the first person I met. She actually got to know me not because like she know my mom, but actually on a personal level.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. So we've introduced you to several star students this morning, all participating in the Local Options and Opportunities program. We've got Loop 2.0 with West Tennessee Healthcare. Loop 3.0 with Jackson Energy Authority. Loop 4.0 with Loop 4.0 with Jackson-Madison County Schools. And fun fact, so this is the first year the communications team has had interns or paid student assistants. So it's been really great. We've even had one of our student interns create a billboard that's going to be near Lincoln Elementary. You'll see that soon. So
cool.
Mr. Harris, we appreciate the work you're doing, not just overseeing the workforce development in the Loop, but you're actively recruiting the best and the brightest in the district for the benefit, selfishly, I'm going to say, of the Jackson-Madison County school system, but also for Stanley Black & Decker, for West Tennessee Healthcare, for Jackson Energy Authority, for Renew Biomedical. And so I think that's so cool. And having worked in this role for 6 years now, been out at Stanley Black & Decker a few times, and usually those students are on the floor, on the line, but to hear that's been expanded for some students in HR and how human resources is so important, so critical for all of the industries. It's just exciting the way Loop is growing. I know you've been spearheading that, so we want to say thank you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. If you've missed any part of this conversation, we want to invite you to go to our YouTube channel so you can watch the video. We want to invite you to Spotify so you can hear the audio. And at any time, you can check out this replay at radio731.com. That's radio731.com. And if you want to read more about the Loop program, go to jmcss.org. jmcss.org, and you'll see the Programs and Services tab. Then you can go down to Loop, Local Options and Opportunities. I'm Greg Hammond saying I hope you have a great morning and excellent Sunday, and we'll see you next time.